Right. Colorado was amazing, but boy, is it great to be back on the East Coast. I can't wait to get to work on. Wait a minute. That's still narrow gauge. Are we. We're not in Pennsylvania, are we? No, folks, in fact, we are not. We are, in fact, in Wall Township, New Jersey, at the New Jersey Museum of Transportation, or otherwise known as the Pine Creek Railroad Museum. This is a unique little 3-foot gauge operation in Wall Township, New Jersey, as mentioned, and they have a very vast collection of equipment and rolling stock and even offer train rides. I initially actually never knew this museum even existed, but through the community that I've been a part of, through the Heist Discord and many others, I've come to know that this place exists, and also a couple of people, or at least one of the people, who even volunteers there. And as a result, after completing the Colorado Railroad Museum, I decided that maybe it was time to maybe give this lesser known museum a little bit of love in Train Sim Classic. As you can see, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's not really in the way of anything. It's not really super near a metropolitan area. But to me, that adds kind of to the quaintness. Some unique features you can actually see. It has a 3-way stub switch. It has an actual 3-foot gauge crossover, unlike the Colorado Railroad Museum. And it actually has more main line trackage than the Colorado Railroad Museum, despite having potentially less rolling stock and less exhibits. This railroad doesn't run steam anymore, unfortunately. The steam program has unfortunately kind of died out in recent times just due to the amount of money and the amount of work. But they do run with some vintage diesel equipment, some vintage coaches, and a flat car that's been turned into an open air car, as well as a standard gauge Central New Jersey caboose that's been put on 3-foot gauge trucks, which to me is actually kind of rather unique. And the whole purpose behind this is there's a opportunity in Train Sim for us to preserve places that may not otherwise get that much attention. The Colorado Railroad Museum is well known in narrow gauge circles, but if you're not in that circle, you may not know about it and may not be exposed to it. The same kind of goes for the New Jersey Museum of Transportation here. It's not that well known, but yet it's such a nice little museum that has a decent amount of equipment. Now, in Train Sim, we are limited by what's available to us. This route is obviously made with steam assets in mind, and is not necessarily the most accurate representation of the museum. The track plan's there, the terrain's there, and there are buildings where there should be buildings. But as far as the actual equipment goes, obviously we're limited by what we have available to us. But on the subject of what you'll need to run this route, the routes I used to make this were Norfolk Southern Coal District, Clear Creek Narrow Gauge, the New York to New Haven, as well as the Springfield to New Haven. I used those 4 routes to help give a nice variety to the scenery, at least what I could, and to get the buildings as close as I could. Obviously, again, it's not going to be exact, but it's going to be pretty close. And I just wanted to show off this unique operation. I'm not saying that this will wholeheartedly replace going to the museum itself, because it won't. Same for the Colorado Railroad Museum. The virtual experience pales into what is available to you when you go there in real life. When you're online, you just see what it maybe looks like and gets exposed to it. But I still would wholeheartedly encourage you to go to any of these museums and support them and look at what they have and interact with their volunteers. Though interacting with the people of these museums is what's going to keep these museums around, and is what's going to keep these experiences and this history alive. And maybe that's kind of the biggest takeaway I've gotten from visiting the East Broad Top. Is it's all fine and good to have equipment. It's all fine and good to have facilities. But really, it's the people that make these places what they are. And that's something special. That's something that sometimes money just can't buy, and a virtual experience just can't replicate. But since this is a virtual experience, I at least wanted to draw some attention to this museum, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And let's have a little bit of a parting run by here with Steam Locomotive 70, despite being maybe out of place here in the middle of New Jersey, along with the rest of the rolling stock you see in this free roam scenario. But who knows? Maybe more 3-foot gauge stock will come to the game soon. This route can hold pretty much whatever you want to place on it, and what I have here is just simply what I have available to me. So as we just explore the shop complex, the storage areas, thank you again for watching. Go visit the New Jersey Museum of Transportation, otherwise known as the Pine Creek Railroad Museum. Go check out their website, and I hope you guys have an awesome day and an awesome week. Take care.